quite lucky here in the Comic Strip Center to have a great building from 1906. When you come in the building, you are in a house with really huge proportions, with huge columns. You have stone columns, iron columns, this huge glass roof, which brings the real light from the sun inside the building. So when you enter the museum, it's already an adventure that starts, because you are a little bit out of time, you're out of Brussels. It's just a particular atmosphere that you have here. It's been a cliché for generations that comic strip is a form of literature for children, which is not completely true. Even in Tintin you have a lot of information about what was happening abroad, like in Tintin and the Blue Lotus you have stories about opium. With Tintin going in America you have stories with the mafia. They always gather a lot of documentation before they build up a story, and it's like doing a scenario for a movie. You try to gather real information, scientific information, statistics. You try to gather some pictures to make accurate drawings of what's happening. So when you were reading Tintin, it was already an adventure, telling that, okay, that's how life is going at the other side of the world. So on that point of view, it was also interesting for all generations to read a comic strip, because it's an adventure that's written with accurate details, and that's telling some part of the truth. Point of the museum here to show comic strip as a form of art, because it witnesses all periods and the context where it's happening. You don't have the same content in a comic strip from Africa than you would have in a comic strip from the United States. Maybe you have heard about Joe Sacco. He's been traveling to an unbelievable place where you have war, and he's been witnessing how the real life is going on there for the people. And he's going there, he has to hire someone to protect him, like a bodyguard or something. He's going there and doing sketches and telling a story. It's an alternative form to the general media to get informed about what's happening in those countries. As far as I'm concerned, I'm reading the newspaper and they say the same thing every day. Okay, bombing, oh, it's not good, okay, many dead people, but I don't know what the people are feeling or living there. If I read this comic strip of Joe Sacco, then I have a proper approach of what's happening there. I've learned to have a lot of respect for the comic strip artists, because it takes so much time to make all those drawings. It takes a year sometimes to finish your work, and every day these guys are working alone to make these drawings. That's what I learned from comic strip, that you have to be patient if you want to have the best result possible. I think more and more people are curious about what's all this thing going on about comic strip, what is it exactly, and people get more interested. And then if they have the good information, if they have the chance to get the good comic strips in their hands, then maybe they will recognize that it is really a form of art.